Okay, so this is about how I got my first agent with an agency called Visage. And it was owned by Marissa Maslansky, who was this amazing woman I think she was like one of the first agencies to represent photographers, and she had Herb Ritz, and I think at the time Matthew Ralston and Paul Jasmine, and there I was, this up and coming, and I wanted to be repped by them, but I had nothing to show them. So back in, what do I have here? December 15th, 1984, Herb Ritz was shooting Olivia Newton-John's wedding in Malibu. And Dawn, the owner of Photo Impact, asked me if I could come in on a Saturday and rush process some film for him and get this prints made so that they can get them to the press. This is before digital, people. What had happened was one of the agents at Visage, Robin Patton, kind of became the courier. So she went up to Malibu, picked up the roll of film, brought it to me at Photo Impact. I spent that afternoon, processed the film, and after I processed the roll of film, the roll was blank. There was nothing on it. And so she had to call Herb and say, you need to reshoot those pictures, and you need to have somebody bring the film to us. So that took like all day Saturday on the 15th. I'm sitting there with Robin the whole day waiting and getting to know her and her getting to know me, and I got to tell her my story and I got to show her my photos. Luckily I had a lot of my photos there, so we sat down and she gave me input about this, and we just built this relationship up. And Robin was like so helpful. She's like, you should do this and you should consider this, and maybe you should come in and meet Marissa. And by the time I was done delivering the prints and getting her to leave that day, we had built this friendship up. Looking back now, it was one of the greatest, luckiest moments ever. So I remember years later, I think it was around 1985, I made my first promo card and everything, and I think this is it, yeah, Keith Forsey. And I remember just like making this card and to send it out to magazines and stuff. And I remember just, asking her at the time, after this like a year, and I would just do any shoot that they could give me. I really wasn't repped by them. I was doing like free stuff. But I remember asking her, I'm gonna do an ad in a magazine, can I put represented by Visage? And after all these months, she asked Marissa, and Marissa said, yes, you can. You are now repped by Visage. Just because of Olivia Newton-John's wedding, I got my first agent. Because of Herb Ritz, I got my first agent. That was the beginning of my career. So from like 85 on, I was with Visage. And they started their makeup agency. A lot of my makeup artist friends would be with them. They had a syndication company. She built up a real big powerhouse here in Los Angeles. I mean, for a while there, she was the only show in town. And I always remember Marissa's, every time she said, good job, or, good photo or something like that, I always loved, it felt like mom was giving you the blessing, and you always felt like, oh my God, she likes the layout, she likes the cover. It all started with Visage, and it was a big move for me at that time. And I'm so grateful to Marissa.